Okay, jumping into a new game. Starward Vector. Well, Citizen Sleeper 2. Starward Vector. So, hopefully this is voiced. I think it might be because it has a BAFTA nominations. So, well, we'll find out. Apparently there might be another one coming eventually. Difficulty. I don't think the other one actually had a difficulty. Risky safe. Broken dice cannot be... Okay, you could break dice. The intended difficulty for those who are happy to be challenged. Okay, I think that's what I have to play. I'm pretty decent at these sorts of games. I did have a lot of practice with the first one. Standard stress tolerance. Death occurs as a significant permanent penalty. Wait, death is not the end? Interesting. Yeah, that's just story mode. Broken dice are worth 1. Higher stress tolerance. Death is disabled. Death is permanent? Okay, so death is not permanent. For experienced players who want unforgiving challenge with no second chances. Okay, so you could repair your dice. This is kind of like... This reminds me of the other dice-based space game I played. I can't remember the name of it. Okay, so normal it is. Tutorials on, recommended. Yeah. Let's go. Ooh, should I be an operator again? Okay, so they have a different kind of skill tree. No endurance at all? I can never get endurance. But I have interface. Engineer is open to me, which those two are my favorites, to be honest. Intuit as well is one of my favorites. Engage. It's good to have, but yeah, definitely engineer, interface, Intuit are my first playthrough. Okay, +1 stress, reroll lowest dice. Accrue stress to reroll action dice. This is totally different. Reboot config. Operator sleepers are built to work with drones and remote machines over local networks and perform corporate resource extraction from distance. Operators have expertise working with interfaces and computer systems, but are more physically fragile than other sleepers. Their reboot skill allows them to hack their own systems to reroll dice. Risky but potentially powerful move. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Extractor, that was last game. It was not the greatest class to start. It's endure and engage is what I would focus it on. No Intuit whatsoever. Coalface, they extract like a high physical endurance. Their confidence means they struggle with tasks requiring intuition. Their rally skill allows them to motivate their team, boasting the crew dice. Interesting. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. Wait. Is there no engineer? Machinist. Okay, so it's not an engineer, but it is basically an engineer. Arguably the best class because of... But this is totally different than the first game. In the first game, this is considered the best class because the amount of scrap they would accumulate from the start. Okay, machinists, sleepers are built to repair and modify automated systems and corporate resource extraction. Machinists are very skilled engineers, and their isolated work means they often struggle with tasks requiring a direct approach. Or social engagement. Their focus skill allows them to focus on a single task and boost their dice to excel in it. Sleepers assigned to machinists are diligent, careful, and structured people. Okay, so they could focus lowest dice. It means what? But yeah, so they don't even get scrap anymore. Maybe I'll just stick with my operator class. I think it makes sense. I like this class. Though lack of endurance is a problem, potentially. But engage is like this is like the glass cannon, so to speak. Well, hopefully it's decent class. Oh wait, I just forgot that. Why is that not working? No, it should be working. Oh, it is. I mean, the endurance in this is kind of throwing me, but I'm sure it's fine, right? Let's go. I usually would like to change it up, but engineer was not speaking to me. Okay. In the moment before waking, the dark space before conscious thought, you struggle to find pieces of yourself. We're waking up a vast and dark interior, unknown. We're in a rig, so we have a team now. We're not just rolling our own dice. Usually these pieces come with particular cadence, each appearing sequentially like the boot process of an old terminal. First, your body, artificial compromised, relaying sense data all the same. Why is this not voiced? I'm gonna struggle again. Then its context, the breeze of air filtration, the soft contact of birth and 0G. Then emotion coming into focus, coming into your body, bringing it with that first instinct, the one that has framed your past 100 years, or cycles, fear. But that familiar sequence does not arrive. Instead, you're unmoored in space, your body distance, your context silent, even your emotions somehow obscured and scattered. Among all the disarray, only one familiar thing arrives, the fear. It is a scrambled, panicked fear, the drowning fear, the falling fear, the fear that makes you reach desperately for any stable point. It is the fear that tells you something is wrong, something is very wrong with you. Well, I don't have any endurance, that's probably a problem. Wake up, slipper. Ooh, I've got fuel. That looks like that looks like a ship mind, but I guess the ship mind's telling us we don't have fuel. Wake up, sleeper. The voice is in a whisper in your ear, an act that makes you suddenly aware of your head, pulsing in pain, your body rigid with tension. So we need cryo, fuel, and supplies. Sleeper, familiar name. A mind copied, emulated, body built, implanted. One person sleeping till their dead is worked away. Their double being made to work, to be consumed, and eventually to be destroyed. A proxy, an emulation, a sleeper. That is what you are. But you escaped, and you remember that now. Broke free from your corporate creators, S&ARP, as it always is, in search of a future. You cannot remember the details of your escape, but you know the fear has been with you ever since. All of a sudden, you remember you have eyes, and your eyes flicker open. Pale eyes and pale face. Lane. What does that kind of remind me of? What's his face? The name comes with his own specific sensation of fear. One you recoil from instinctively. Sorry to interrupt. A sharp smirk, but this ends here. Relentless, cruel, and on your trail. Yeah, okay. Bounty hunter, I guess. You search your mind for the more than a name. Is this how you reward me for my generosity? Lane is leaning over your horizontal floating body, looking down into your eyes. I took you in, protected you, gave you a purpose. Try to look away to the corners of your vision to find something you understand. Your body does not respond, but I suppose this wasn't enough. He reaches into the pocket of his jacket and retrieves a small vial. This wasn't enough? The vial glitters, the object you know and have known for a long time. Stabilizer, the drug that keeps your artificial body or emulated mind from inevitable decay. Only balm for planned obsolescence. The liquid rolling in the vial fills you with disgust. Lane pockets the vial, but it would be wasted on you now. After what you have done to this body of yours, he looks at you with palpable disgust. Lane's eyes scan your body as they do. Become aware of the wires and tubes attached to you. Those were meant to free you from your dependence, from the stabilizer and the control that it grants Lane. They are free, you piece of shit. They don't need you anymore. The voice comes from somewhere behind Lane's head. It is a voice you know, but when you search your mind to try to understand why, you find it only does in darkness. Shut him up, Lane barks at command, and you hear sounds of impact, pain from elsewhere in the room. Try to move your limbs again, and this time you feel a flicker, a twitch of a finger. Feel the extension compression of synthetic muscle. Free, are you? Lane smirks. You're free when I disabled your tracker. When I gave you the stabilizer you needed. He scans your body with angry eyes. Now you aren't free, you're just broken. I had such big plans for you, Sleeper. I invested in you. Lane grips your arm hard, and you feel a jolt of a reaction. You will the arm to move, but you have ruined all that. Lane speaks louder over the sound of a struggle behind him. I'll try to preserve your body, of course. I have my own uses for it, but your emulation? You feel one of his hands searching from behind your head. He finds the grip, the thick cable running into the port in the base of your skull. I'll burn that out. Lane jerks forward, slamming across your body and spinning away out of sight. You feel yourself rolling, and the cable's plugged into you, looping and wrapping around your limbs. You feel your hand steadying, pulling cables. You glance around wildly and see someone diligently unplugging you. You meet his eyes. Mysterious savior. Hey, waves a hand in your dazed face. We need to move. Lane won't be out long. He unloops a cable from your wrist. Sleeper, help me out here. You blink slowly. Do you know this person? He leans over you and feel his hands on the connector, flicking switches, releasing locks. Come on, come on. He tugs the connector clear and pulls you up. You see the room you're in for the first time, filled with tech and terminals, wired, waving everywhere, all lit by big windows looking out on a possibly bright screen-filled street beyond. In the corner, you see a dark shape of a floating body surrounded by a glittering constellation of crimson baubles. Is that blood? Move. You're wrestled and shoved towards the door, which slides open in front of you, and then you're all in the brightness, all that movement. Gliding hard towards some unknown destination. You come to a stop in a dark alley. The one who guided you here is pausing to catch his breath. He doubles over beside a massive life support unit and sends a lukewarm breeze across your skin. You stare at him, trying to recall anything about him. You notice his tattered jacket, his lightweight clothes. You remember this station runs hot, something about the power that flows through the place. He looks up and meets your eye. What's going on, Sleeper? He wipes the sweat from his forehead and floats away in a swarm of spheres. Talk to me. Who are you? You see a concerned frown across his face. Don't mess with me, Sleeper. That's not funny. He comes closer, eyeing you carefully. What station are we on? He narrows his eyes, waits for the answer. Close your eyes, trying to recall. You force your way through the darkened image of a station. No, a city. Growing on the back of a vast yet set of hexagonal solar cells shadowed by them. You open your eyes. Dark side. The word leaves your mouth like an exhale, an instant. Before you heard yourself sound it out, you didn't even know it was there. He sighs. And me? Who am I? You see something like fear in his eyes, panic perhaps. You stare hard at his face, the slight upturn of his mouth, intensity of stare. Nothing comes. He closes his eyes and drops his head, putting a hand into his temple. The reboot, he is speaking quietly to himself. Lane interrupts the process, and he lifts his head and stares at you. You need to keep going. We need to leave. He turns and kicks down the alley. Come on, the rig can't be far. As you are led through the passageways and serviceways of the station, you try to recall your life here. Texture and temperature of Darkside feels familiar, but you struggle to pin specific memories to it. Focusing hard, you recall waking up in these passages, cycle after cycle, the rhythms of the station flowing over you with the crowds. You recall desperation and the slow decay of your body that caused it. Then Lane, those pale eyes, offering you a glittering vial, stabilized with the promise of supplying more for her work. Deal he locked you into like a cage. There your memory fails you. In the dark beyond the moment, residue of panic, of fear remains. You're Lane's prisoners, Lane's plaything. You shudder in the cold passage. Wait, your guide holds up a hand, then you stop your glide using the wall. Ahead, you see the tunnel opens up into a wide bay, with a few doors leading to cylindrical tunnels, the docks. They're watching the rig. He nods towards the docks, and you see some of the doors has a couple of figures flanking it. One covered in ornate tattoos, the other in bright silver implants along their cheekbones. Atsubo, Lane's guys. He looks at you and shakes his head in frustration. All this, it's not coming back to you, is it? Something catches your eyes. You see he is playing with a coin, nervously turning it over and over in his fingers. He sees you looking and slips it away. Places the hand on your chest. I'm Seraphin, right? He looks pained when he speaks. Lane, he was our captor, both of us. We did this so we could escape. We need to reboot you to break your dependence on stabilizer, he pauses. You know what that is, right? He nods meekly. But Lane interrupted me back there. Reboot didn't complete. He sighs and shakes his head. We can still make this work. He looks back at the docks. I'll lead them away. You get the docking bridge open. If we make it to the rig, I know how to get us in. Got that? He searches your face for a sign of recognition. Sure, right? Got it. Get the door open, he pats you on the shoulder. I know you can do this. Well, good thing I'm an operator, right? Seraphin kicks off hard and glides into the docks. Over there, shitheads. He bellows to the guards as he barrels through. They immediately push off from the wall, giving chase. Okay, tutorial. Skill checks, dice actions. Positive, neutral, negative, yep. Sounds familiar. The better your rating of your skill, the more likely you exceed a check. Odds of success are displayed when you select the check. Okay. You wait a breath, glide towards the door where they're guarding. You look, already panicked, the tightly sealed door, its control panel locked out. You hear a shout from somewhere nearby. You need to get it open. Well, interface, I'm pretty good at that. Hack the door. -1 stress, nice, okay, I guess it was successful. You shift the control panel, fingers dancing across the keys. Without thinking, you access the maintenance layer and trigger a fire safety venting procedure. The panel drones out a klaxon and the door pops open with a hiss. Go, Seraphin flies past you, through the doorway into the docking tunnel. You turn and see the two guards approaching fast from the docks and quickly glide after Seraphin. Seraphin is already at the rig's door, inputting an entry code. The rig's door is scissored open and you both rush inside. The rig, you're a refuge in the belt. Troubled, stubborn, and on the run. Okay. Quickly, Seraphin grabs you by the arm and drags you into the cockpit, the ship's layout hazing your mind. He dumps you on a flight seat and straps himself into his own. You see him tap a series of buttons as he does, talking to himself. Come on. Rig's drive rumbles to life, and Seraphin slams a button on the console. Feel the force of the ship's acceleration as it pulls away. Oh, we have a ship this time. Nice. That's the Star Wars Vector's the ship, right? Look at those rolls, though. That's pretty good. As the ship glides into place on the connecting bridge, its automated systems nudged there by the port's docking protocols. You feel a sense of relief. Seraphin burned hard of dark side, and you dropped in and out of consciousness in your seat as the rig made its way across the belt. How do I lose consciousness? I'm not an organic. But now, with an open space between you and Lane, you feel fresher, more awake. Seraphin breaks the silence. We're good, sleeper. His eyes don't leave the monitor, and you realize that part of your escape was routine for him. You and he must have docked the ship countless of times in your work for Lane. The problem is, you don't remember any of them. We made it, he whispers, closing his eyes and letting go a sigh. We certainly did. He turns and you see a pained look on his face, as if remembering something difficult. Have you said this exact same thing to him before in the same situation? You okay? Looks at you, chewing one side of his lip, searching your face. Not really, he puffs. Seraphin reaches up, flicking through a set of switches in a practiced fashion, completing the shutdown. You watch, a little frustrated with your own uselessness, running the rig. You realize it's just another thing you've forgotten. Clunk that runs through the walls of the ship is followed by a short percussive alarm tone from the pilot's console. Docking complete. Seraphin kicks off from his seat, twisting as he glides past you in the back of the cockpit. His hands find the rails on either side of the door, and he pauses, facing the corridor beyond. Turns back at you, backlighting cold cyan. We need a plan, he glances around. Lane's not going to let us slip away quietly, he sighs. We need to talk then. Seraphim furrows his brow. Not now, sleeper. We need to forget, he flinches, the words coming out wrong. We need to focus on something other than, he pauses, unsure. Us. He sighs. We need to survive this thing first, and maybe we talk. Fine by me? Nods and the tension remains. We bought ourselves some time. He glances towards the cockpit window and blinking lights of the station. You may not remember Hexport, but I do. And here there are plenty of opportunities for us. We can keep our heads down. Turns back to the corridor. That's what we'll do. Pushes off and glides towards the main lock. And you follow, pulling yourself along, hand over hand, in zero G. We've already emptied the tank on this thing. He slaps a hand against the ship's inside, so we need to refuel. Yeah, no kidding. And that won't be cheap. But if you and I know one thing, Sleeper, it's how to work. I'm gonna get myself reacquainted. See if I can turn up at my old connections. People that might throw us an easy contract. You, he glances back over his shoulder. You keep out of trouble. Low profile, I got it. Stops at the airlock. Stopping the reboot halfway through, he pulls down a worn jacket from the locker and starts putting it on. We don't know what that did to you. He jams an arm into his sleeve. Don't want you passing out, and he stops. It'll take both of us. Seraphim sighs. I hate it when you're right. Grabs another crew jacket and thrusts it to you. Just put the damn hood up, will you? Take it and slip it on. Thank you. Seraphim nods. He stabs the button to open the lock. Inner door hisses open and Seraphim glides through. Wait for a little bit and then leave. Anyone looking for us will be looking for two people traveling together. He looks at you in your worn crew jacket, limited disguise for what is clearly a sleeper. We may be back here later. Any trouble? Same thing. Meet here. He surveys your disguise again and shakes his head. This is a shitty idea. Gives you one last look. Maybe find yourself something to eat. Suddenly you recognize Seraphim's instinct to look after you. A flash of a relationship now lost in the reboot. Catch. Seraphim throws a handful of something towards you. You manage to grab the projectiles. When you open your hand, you see a stack of cryochits. Those should get you some food. We'll need more for fuel and supplies. Grimaces, that means odd jobs in the station for both of us. Seraphim kicks off and glides down the docking bridge. Don't go too far, alright? He shouts as he leaves. Take it slow. And with that, he's gone, leaving the connecting bridge and heading towards Hexport's docking concourse. Wait for a moment in silence. Make a plan. For Sobibor, after all. You try to think ahead about what might be coming. You'll need work, that's the first step, but then what? Lane will be coming eventually. The sooner you can put some distance between you and Hexport, the better, so that's the plan. Rest, resupply, and run. You shake the thoughts from your head and pull the jacket tight. Let's see what Hexport has to offer. You kick off and glide into port. Okay. Welcome to Citizen Sleeper 2 Starboard Vector. The game runs in cycles, which are days basically, during which you can perform actions through your dice, use cryo to buy food, fuel, supplies, items, progress clocks towards new scenes and events. You can review tutorials anytime. Yeah, okay. Max wheel scroll. You could also use arrow. You could also use WS to move around too, I think. Which I didn't tell me last time until I figured out, like, end of the game. Select locations. Yeah, okay. Right. Wait, what was right click? That was right click. Tutorial. The rig is your home. Let's talk to hub. There are multiple areas you can visit. Bunks use dice to reduce stress. Galley use supplies to regain energy. Other locations will unlock use play. While the rig is in dock at the hub, your crew will also gather resources to contribute to the upkeep of the ship. You can also choose which resources they should focus on. Crew task menu to the left. They have a random chance of acquiring it at the beginning of the following cycle. Odd jobs. This clock is a cycle clock. It'll progress towards an event in each cycle. It completes the trigger. What? Okay, how do I back out of this view? Okay, just right click. That's new. Yeah, I could just use arrow keys, which is so much better. So, exchange. Since I have good rolls, let's go to the exchange. Maybe make some money. Why is it saying the same thing again? Safe, risky, or dangerous based on the outcomes. The more dangerous it is, the more significant rewards and consequences are. Impress the brokers. I have an advantage to it. I have a -2 trade scrap. It's engineer. Rules of the exchange. I got all these 6s. 100% positive. Just progressed a clock. Okay, that's a clock. I know what a clock is. Thanks game. I played the first one. And that clock is now full and it's finished. Trade hall. So you could fill supplies. We need money though. We don't have no money for this. Buy supplies, buy fuel, fill food. Okay, so I found where to buy stuff. Canteen. Can eat in exchange for cryo. Yeah, I need cryo though. I thought well, I'm fine at the moment. I don't have my body condition to worry about, which is nice, apparently. At least not that I can see. But I need to make money. This is where I could just spend money. I thought I'd be able to make money here. Yeah, it's just buying and filling. Buy fuel, fill fuel. Fill your fuel capacity in one order. Okay. It costs 25. I could almost buy the fuel, but yeah. Okay, docks. Explore the docks is dangerous, but I've got a 6. Chat to cruise is engage. So this probably fills more since it's riskier. Patterns to identify signage and glyphs. The logic of export unfolds. And this is risky. 4s are fine for risky. Well, I say that and then I got negative. Okay, one more down. End the cycle. And reroll. No kidding. The Benz. That's a nice bar. Good bar name. Oh, here there's this where I can make money. Play Star and Stoker. Magnetic dice. Chits are stashed in symbol marked cans, and the winning is ruthlessly luck based. But it is Intuit. Buy a Benz fry. Flash fried, salt fleckered tubers, Benz fry. Bring spacers back to the scattered tables of the bar, cycle after cycle. So I do buy some food at least. There we go. That's actually plus energy. No, not too bad for 7. That's cheap. That's always 15 for 3, so I mean that's a better deal. Those are mushrooms. That was a tuber. Warehouses. Freight loading. Okay, well I found a job at least. But I don't have any endure, so I don't want to do that one. That one's not good for me. Intuit is... Okay, character screen. Upgrade your push. Unique ability of your class. Upgrade your push, only one upgrade at each level can be active at once. You can only reconfigure which is active at hub, whatever the hub is. So I could reroll 1 dice, or I could no dice damage on a push reroll. I don't even know what that means. I have 0 points though available. Those cost 2 each. Reroll random dice, but +1 roll. -2 stress if reroll 6. It's all about rerolls. Oh, I'll automatic reroll the lowest dice. So lowest dice gets a +1. That's not bad. And then if it's a 6, you get reduced stress. So this gives me stress. Reroll dice cannot be a 1. Reroll but random dice, but +1 rolls. So you could do. Yeah, these. I like the ones on the right, because if you get +2 on your in your random rerolls, oh, you don't no longer do the lowest dice. So you could reroll a 6, and that would suck. No dice damage. I don't know what dice damage is. Well, I need to end the day, so I want to keep my energy up as always. So I found everything there is to find, I think. Maybe. Oh no, there's one more. So odd jobs is plus cryo. Well, I do need cryo more than anything right now, I think, to be able to get the other stuff. Though if I scavenge some fuel... Source supplies. Yeah, let's try to do fuel first, actually. We're gonna be here multiple days. We're in trouble. Yeah, I got 1 fuel. Sleeper. Seraphim leans to the bunks as you're getting up. Without further explanation, he disappears down a corridor towards the rear of the ship. You drift into the passageway, pulling on your clothes. You glide down the length of the rig, the cool air mixing or make you shiver. Seraphim is silhouetted and silently leading the way. He stops at the far end, diverting through a side door, shooting you a glance as he does. You find Seraphim inside, holding one of a tangled and armed thick tubes. You're waving in 0G engine room. You know what these are? Fuel pipes. Close enough. These are the engine feed lines. He waves one in the air, and before you ask, no, they aren't supposed to be waggling loose. What happened? These must have been broken loose when we pushed the ship hard on our way out of the dark side. He looks at the mess, but we're lucky that the reserve tank is empty. Otherwise, well, I just filled up a bit. He shakes his head. It would have been bad. But he pushes the pipe to his side. No feed from the reserve tank means that the rig's range is limited to local regions only. The local region only. Thumps the large lumpen housing of the engine. This thing can't take us anywhere far. So can we fix it? That's the short of it. Rocks the engine housing again, harder this time. Just not been our run of luck. Turns and starts gathering the tangled feed lines, his frustration evident in the violence of his movements. We'll need a new set of these, that's for sure. Starts forcing them into a crate. So how do you try to track them down? Take a look at things here and see if we can figure out another fix for the reserve tank. Maybe it just gives us more capacity. Glances up from his work. From what I've heard on Hexport, Factory Row is the place to find ship fitters. Maybe you can do some recon while I sort this place out. It's on the other end of the station. Of course, it's where I haven't been. Okay, I'll take a look, but keeps working. Wait, Seraphim pauses, seemingly unsure. There's something else. He drops the feed lines as they float, waving in the air like tubular seaweed. I've heard the word on lanes on the hunt, he frowns. Message went out everywhere on the local radius of Darkside. He's looking for us. And we can't leave. Exactly, Seraphim sighs. Which is why we need those feed lines. I'm going to try to work something out. Maybe I can improvise a solution. I don't know. He looks down. I'm no ship fitter. Well, I do. You go hunting. See what you can turn up, okay? Smells a weak smell. Get going. You leave the engine room, clinking sound of Seraphim's cleanup efforts echoing through the ship. Fuel feed lines, that's the next step. Take a deep breath and head out. I hadn't even finished the last ones. I discovered a drive. Yeah, drives. Tracker drive. Major and minor. Major drive awards 2 upgrade points, and a minor awards 1. Yeah, I noticed that in the last one, but keep an eye on the drive menu as you progress to this. So that's the same, pretty much. We're tracking it now. Find a ship footer. Not end cycle. Or right click is X. Why did they change that? New location discovered. Yeah, it's. Okay, rolls this time are not quite as good. 4 should hopefully do it. Hopefully I don't lose energy. There we go, nice. Neutral outcome. As you're gliding across the docking concourse, you hear a scuffle. The noise of raised voices cuts through the conversation drifting out of the dock side. Shops. Glancing down an alley, you see a huddle of figures shouting back and forth. You spot one man in the middle of a group, surrounded, pushing the others back as they try to grab the bag slung over his shoulder. You don't like the way this looks, but then again, Seraphim told you to keep your head down. Ooh, distraction? 75% chance of success? 25 negative? Yeah, that would be something. It's still keep my head down, kind of. Positive outcome, -1 stress. You look around for something that could break up the fight, and then you see the thick cooling pipes running down the alley wall. You quickly try to understand the system and choose a valve to start splitting. As you do, the system begins to vent a sequence down the alley, violent jets approaching the group. There's a scramble in the alley, and you spot the figure who was being attacked and drop down to the alley floor. Then the scene is blanketed in pale coolant, and everything goes still. Clouds settle and condense on the pipes. As they do, you see a clear alley. The assailants having fled, with one figure gliding towards you. I suppose you think that was clever. The man gives you a severe look. You're either very smart, he shakes his head, or very lucky that those jets missed me. Which is it? I was helping. Stubborn salvager captain, okay. That could be useful to know them. Man laughs. Well, he shakes his head. Thanks, I guess. He kicks off and drifts past you. You watch the man go, and then, after a moment, he stops and turns back. Rubs his forehead, looking down as he goes. What is your deal anyway? He sighs. Maybe you're new here, but Hexport is no place for do-gooders. I know what it's like to get beat up. The man shakes his head. Hexport's got real rough. Look, let's not hang around, alright? The man passes his chest. I'm Femi. And shoulders one of his bags and pushes it towards you. Make yourself useful. Let's head. You get the strap of the bag over your shoulder and follow him through the docks, gliding past the concourse towards the connecting bridges. He cuts down a side passage, looking back to you to check if you're following, and then he stops at a docking bridge connecting the dull green ship with yellow markings. You look out of a viewing window, an odd catamaran-like shape, seemingly built from 2 separate hulls welded together. Symbol crash, he says, as you assume that's the ship name. Femi, you bringing in strays? A young woman, brightly dressed, stretching as she glides, drifts in the passage. She glances at you. No offense. Nia, headstrong and spirited. Everyone's, like, similar here, it seems. Nia, Femi shakes his head. This one, he squeezes your shoulder, helped me fend off some Hexport scum while you were busy sunning yourself. Nia raises an eyebrow. I'm sure you can handle them, big brother. Her glib response hides a flash of concern and passes across her face. Can't tell if Femi noticed. Nia turns to you. Thanks. She smiles sweetly. I'm sorry for my brother. She shoots him a glance just in general. Nia, Femi murmurs. Not enough now. He reaches over and takes the bag you were carrying. Nia rolls her eyes at you, but remains silent. Factory Row wouldn't take these. Let me half the bags. I'm going to load them back up. Maybe you find a use for them. He turns back to you. Thanks for your assist, Sleeper. He nods firmly. Not what I expected. He slaps the button on the bridge door and kicks off along the docking bridge on his way to symbol crash. Neil looks at you with raised eyebrows. I hope my brother was joking. Or did you really help him? It was nothing. Humble and a hero, she laughs. Thank you, she looks back at the ship. My brother always needs more help than he admits. What do you mean? She tenses. I don't know if she smiles a tight smile. I shouldn't have said anything. She pauses, thinking. I want to ask you something. Takes a deep breath and then gives you a direct look. What is it she's building up to? Are you looking for a crew? She looks away. Sorry to be direct, but you seem like, well, if you're on Hexport, maybe you're with crew. She stops herself. I mean, maybe your crew needs a crew. Maybe you're looking. Oh, what makes you ask? He looks back at the ship, then you look. Let's be honest. Being a crew on my brother is nice, but he is suffocating me, she frowns at her own bluntness. I'm not a kid anymore, you know, but he still sees me like one, she shrugs. I want to show him I can handle myself any experience. I need to run some contracts. She gives you a determined look. What do you say? I'll think about it. I'm a good salvager, alright? You could use me, she smiles. I can spot things, find gaps, find ways in. She folds her arms across her chest. I know what I'm doing. Femi taught me well. She glances back at the ship. Just consider it, alright? Let me prove myself. I don't know why it skipped there. Suddenly, a shout comes from the ship, echoing down the passage. Femi. It makes both of you nervous. Neil looks in his direction. I should go. She pushes off toward the docking bridge. I'll be waiting. Gives you one glance as she departs, and disappears into the docking bridge, leaving you alone in the passage. New local crew available. So that's our time limit. We're ticking down. Okay, I see. Risky. I don't have a 6. 4 is a little risky. Hull materials are not good at hauling. Search the roll. 4 for risky. Wow, that was bad. Oh, but I did get a +1. Some scrap nearby, and the mood sours fast. You leave feeling under threat. Let's try again. There we go. +1. You spend as much time listening as you do talking, and seem to make more headway into negotiating the contract. I have not made any money, though. Swift scrap soul. Material processing. How do I do my reroll, though? I don't have a reroll. Okay. So I need points available. So this is it gives a +2. Okay, so this is a bit different. So instead of it being in one linear path, this is on the side. But I need 4. Wait. So if I had 4 points, I could get this. But if I only had 2, I can get this. But if I had 4, I could get this and another reroll. Or that. Think anyway. So this is 4 points because I'm not an engineer. Okay. Well, these are all 4 points anyway. So I can get Intuit, Engage up. Engineer is the lowest. Wait, why is engineer lowest? It's negative. Yeah, getting rid of those negatives first is a good idea. Potentially. Because those hurt definitely a lot. That's 4 points. Where did it spend these? So let's see the material processing. Risky and danger, sell raw scrap. I have a plus on this as an interface. All scrapyards have paid data of diffusal, work to offer, the old tech. Because this is a good job for me. Reduce, get rid of old protocols and countermeasures. It's proficient, but it's still 75% chance, 25% fail. Okay, there's some money. Okay, that's still the same odds, even though... Come on, positive. Neutral, I'll take a neutral. Nice, making some money. Okay, I need to get some food. So the canteen, I can buy food, right? 13 cryo. Must be a, yeah, that must be a 3. Well, the 2 for 7 was cheaper. The Ben's. The Ben's fry was like a way better deal. Yeah, 2 for 7. Well, it's not a better deal because, yeah, well, actually no, because 4 would be 14. Which is definitely a better deal. Unless that was actually 4, but I don't think so. So you just have to keep our food up. At least I don't have to worry about conditions. It's so much better. You just have to worry about our ship instead. Okay, there's not much else I can do. I can buy some supplies. 45 cryo for full supplies. Which is not really a good deal right now, right? Well, wait, it is the entire amount. Yeah, because 4 times 5. So it doesn't matter if I buy them individually or not. I thought that this would have a deal, but it doesn't have a deal. So fuel is cheaper. So I really want to focus on getting supplies. I think on my... So this just brings me back to my ship, yes. Supplies are more expensive. So why would I want the stuff that's cheaper? And not much else I can do here. Yeah, just right click to back out. Okay, so 3 out of 5, 2 out of 5. Oh, I could also eat on the ship, right? Oh, I don't think I actually can. Okay. We got supplies, nice. Okay, I've got some good rolls. Okay, factory row first. All materials not good at, so I'm not going to do that. 6 on this. Can I find the ship fitter? Yes, I can. Hopefully. Factory row howls as you glide through the cramped passages. Whatever its many bays and rooms once were, they now serve as containers for industry of every kind. Warring manufacturers precisely engineered components with rapidly shifting arms, while scrappers hammer incessantly at bent ship plates. Everywhere you look, there's energy and activity, and for good reason. Export itself is built on derelict fragments of a solar reflector, and even the small amount of energy generated by its remaining mirrors is enough to power a city of machines. It is familiar to you, of course, in a strange, far-off way because of Darkside. The place in your memories of it are a muddy haze, but it is hard to forget the glint of hexagonal reflectors, 10 or 20 times more in number than hex boards. That, and wild flickering city growing on their back like a tumor. In comparison, Hexport feels provincial, but deep in the factory row, you could almost be back in Darkside. Then you see it. Then you see them. The tubes like those Seraphim had waved in your face. The feed lines. You push over the display window of the unit marked Karsten Supply in block capital letter cut from hull plate. There amongst an angled shelf of oversized ship components sit the feed lines and some large biomechanical tangle of snakes. You slip inside with the factory row is a little screened and spot a large figure working on a bench, hunched over, concentrating. It seems he doesn't notice you either. Hello? Wait patiently. You let them work, watching as, despite his heavy builds, delicately lines components, their layers slotting like puzzle pieces. After a few moments of observing the process, he turns his head a little towards you. It's Karsten, intimidating ship fitter. Can I help you? His accent is heavy but unknown to you. Nice place you have. You see a little reaction from the profile of Karsten's face. He grunts. Something you need? Before you can respond, he tracks your eyes to the feed lines in the window. He looks back at you with a subtly changed expression, one you can't quite place. Turns with surprising grace and begins cleaning his hands on a cloth. Those sharp eyes scan you, but Karsten's thick-set features do not betray the results of his assessment. Custom built those. For a client that never collected, he looks at his hands while he speaks, checking for stray oil stains. You have one of those old MEVs then. He sounds at the letters in a way you don't quite recognize it as he speaks. You try to recall anything you know about your ship, but memories elude you. Perhaps Seraphin should have come along. I think so. Karsten squints a little. Right. Look, Karsten drifts over to where you were standing and imposing his height evident. For a fellow enthusiast like you, he continues in distinctive monotone. Let's say a few hundred cryo on clean chits. He shoots a glance at the feed lines. 400, let's say, to be precise. I don't have 400. I have 17. Karsten looks at you up and down and sniffs. It's expensive, I know. It's a shame, but it's what they're worth. He screws up his mouth a little into something that might be a smile. However, I'm more of a bartering type person than myself anyway. Barter sounds good. Karsten nods sagely. There's a little favor I need a crew for, and, well, you look like you might be a good fit. He tucks in the cloth in his pocket and clasps his hands. You know of an old Solheim wreck out there? Very old, pre-collapse. It's tucked away in a dead zone, so no one has really cut it. He shrugs. Not only that, but Solheim derelicts have been in the habit of triggering nasty security protocols when approached by an unfamiliar ship, so it's been left well alone. But a scouter like you, with an old Solheim rig, I bet, you wouldn't even flinch if it saw you coming. Oh, I have a Solheim rig. Okay, is that my... Interesting. I have a special interest, a need for that old tech. All those Solheim ships had a data core, and now I don't care about accounting reports or material ledgers or whatever they're kept on the damn thing. I do care about the hardware. So, if I was to find you back here with that data core in your cargo hold, clean cut and complete, well then, I could see my way to doing a straight barter for those feed lines. Karsten pauses, sniffs at the air again. You just need the coordinates. Simple as that. Simple as that, he repeats in a monotone way. So, you interested? He glances back at the workbench. Because I'm a busy man. I'll do it. Alright then, he holds out a heavy hand for you to shake, and you automatically reach out. He grabs your forearm instead. Karsten pulls you closer, squeezing your arm. Let's keep this one between us, alright? He half smiles, his face huge and close. It's our deal. Before you can respond, he thumbs a little drive into your palm. The coordinates. And then he lets go of your arm, and what you swear is a wink. You take a moment to gather yourself, and by the time you do, a whirring fills the air, and Karsten is having returned to his workbench. You turn and glide out of Karsten's supply with a growing mix of anxiety and excitement in the pit of your stomach as a cacophony of factory row in your ears. A contract. Seraphin might be impressed. You look at the drive in your palm and smile. Could be a route out. Think of leaving the place behind, a possession of an improved ship too. Suddenly, a small but firm hand falls on your back, equally small voice coming from with... Hey, wait up. Junie, secretive data extractor, okay. You turn in the passage and a young woman, her hair waving from the rapid glide she just clearly came out of to catch you. She steadies herself and using your shoulder. Sorry, she smiles a flat smile. I wanted to catch you. What is going on? Why is there so much happening? I'm Junie. Her dark eyes flick around nervously. You notice the portable terminal she carries, something that data scrapers call a deck, and her backpack full of components and trailer wires. What's up? Karsten, she starts, still catching her breath. He sent me to grab you. She smiles that flat smile again. Wants me to come with you on that job. Why do I not believe her? Why would he do that? Her eyes shoot down the drive on the palm of her hand. She smiles again. Why wouldn't he tell me then? She glances back towards Karsten's. I guess he forgot? He does it sometimes. She looks sheepishly at you. You just grabbed me after the two of you were done talking, so... Karsten's always sending me on things like this. Guess he wants me to help you out. Keep an eye on things, she pauses, and I can be pretty helpful. So she looks around the passage. Should I meet you at your ship? You can tell me when you're ready. Oh, sure, why not? I could always take it in. Somebody. Collecting people, right? Okay, great. Her eyes light up. She notices she still has her hand on your shoulder and takes it off. I mean, I have no idea, like, I have no reason to not suspect that she's not telling the truth. It just seems weird. It's probably just awkward, I imagine. Junie pushes off and waves. Looking forward to working with you, she calls back as an afterthought. What about the ship? Oh, I'll find it, she calls back and then disappears down the passage. You watch her go out of the contract but nervous. Karsten, keep up his side of the bargain if you deliver. I don't know about the sleeper. Seraphim looks nervously out of the rig's windows as you finish explaining Karsten's deal as well as Junie's offer of help. If this job was easy, Karsten would have done it himself already. That means there's a catch. He frowns at the stars. There's something definitely going on with this junior girl. He shakes his head. No kidding. She would be useful, though, to have... No doubt, Seraphim shakes his head. We desperately need help on a job like this. What if, Seraphim narrows his eyes, we could get the crowd together to buy feed lines? Is it even possible? I found a contract on board on the exchange. Further in station, he gestures towards export. If we take on a job, it might get us some of the way towards buying those feed lines. Plus, even if we do not take the Karsten's job, a bit of money ourselves prepared wouldn't be a bad idea. Fill up on fuel supplies, be ready for whatever comes. I'll take a look. Good, Seraphim nods. I kind of want to do the job, though, because that sounds fun. While you're at it, you might want to see about if you could scare up some freelance crew. Yeah, I'm another person to add to the crew. Many hands make light work and all that. Or we stop messing around. We take Karsten's job right now and get it done before we can think twice. You Seraphim, seems like a whole set of bad options to me. Either way, can I just wait to do it though until I have more crew? Either way, we've still got work to do on the drive. Seraphim nods a farewell and heading back to the engine room. Let me know when you decide. For a moment, you pause, letting the haze of plans and ideas settle in your mind. Suddenly, you curl up, pain shooting around your spine. You grit your teeth, your muscles lock tight. Your vision narrows as you squeeze your eyes shut. I don't know, I did not want to sleep. I still have all these days. You feel a shift. As if some connection broken. Almost impossible to describe, but you're floating away from your body, dispersing, dissolving. There's nothing familiar in your pain, nothing to hold on to. You grit your teeth. Then another shift comes and you're back in your body, trembling against the middle wall of the passage. The pain slowly fades, becoming an impulsing throb, and then a residual flicker. You flex your zero G, stretching out of tension. There's a strange sensation in the distance that persists beyond the pain. Disconnection between your body and yourself. Flickering numbness that refuses to recede. You wonder if the reboot has done something with your body, or if this same new sensation you'll have to live with indefinitely. It strikes you that you know so little about the body that houses you. It could be moments away from collapse, or it might be persevere upon the cycles like as it is. Hopefully we fixed it and it's not degrading anymore. Try to shake off the feeling, pushing your hands against each other until they feel like they're yours again. Time is the only thing you need right now. It feels like it's running out fast. Hopefully not. You head for the airlock. You have work to do. Unlock the contract. View it. Open the map screen. So we got many days still left. That's a supply. I probably could buy more stuff, deliver data core, buy feed lines. There's a contract board. Payment 200 cryo, disable signal source. Risky. So those are jobs that I'm probably pretty good at. That money would be good to stock up. Let's do the board contract if I can. I don't even know how to do it. Buy a signal contract. I have to pay for it. Requires a fee to be paid. Okay, well, pay more than half of what I have currently. New contract on map. But where is it on my map? This doesn't pay that much, right? 10 cryo? Yeah, it's not great. Scrapyard shift as engineer. Do I need to leave on the rig to go? I guess I need to go to the rig to get the map. Yeah, so now I kind of want to buy some more food. 7 cryo is nice and cheap. Now that's ending cycle. Map. Oh, there's the map. Okay, this is a new view. Contracts are high risk, high reward jobs that your crew can take on. Contracts require preparation and care to proceed. Oh, I need to find that other person to add. Gathering enough fuel supplies. Nice. Okay. Crew. Consider the crew to take carefully. Different skills and stress resistances. And who you choose can affect the story. Once you're ready, you can select the contract from the map and your crew proceed. Okay, so I don't want to proceed yet. Where's the other ship? I can't add the other crew member? I thought I had said I can add the crew. Where did I find her again? Crew contract recruitments. Maybe I can't add her because I now have somebody else added. I've got 1 point. Okay, I can't do anything with 1 point, unfortunately, right? Yeah, I need 2. Wait, how much? Yeah, that's 4 to level anything up. Yeah, Star and Stoker actually paid me more than the other job. Yeah, I can't find their ship. So do it with the job. Do I need to do multiple? Like, what do I need? I think I probably want fresh dice. And yeah, I'd rather do it on fresh dice. Having only 3 is probably not great. But this, I feel like Star and Stoker is going to be good. No, it's only 9 cryo for a positive. That's sad. Yeah, the scrapyard shift, you get scrap and then you have to sell it. Okay, at least we're making money. Oh, minus energy. Did not make money that time, but it's gonna happen. Yeah, so I could access the map from there. Yeah, try to get the supplies up. At least I don't have to... I mean, I could get more fuel in the meantime. And I could fill up my fuel so I have it. Got lots of money to spend. And fuel is filled up. Then I can focus on money. Once that's filled up, then I can focus on money. Hopefully I get some good rolls and I can do some of those missions. At least one of them. Yeah, I'll take those rolls. Yeah, fresh rolls. Okay, do I want to get food first? That might be a good idea to top up. Yeah. Before I go, because I might not be able to fill up on energy after leaving. Okay, map. There we go. Conway signal. Solheim, that's the Solheim ship. Risky, danger. Danger, that's just pure danger. Is it just... Oh, it actually cost me fuel to get there, though. I do have a 6. So, oh, it's just as risky. So it's just one roll? But I do need to buy... Okay, so do I go for the money first? I think the money first is a good idea. Just to see how it's also less risky, so... Junie's not available. Oh, I could select Nia, though. Why? Okay, she's already going, so that actually does let me select Nia. Her stress is good. She's good at... So, Junie is good at what I'm good at, interfacing. Actually, like, Seraphine is actually a really good compliment to me. And that's... I don't know what that is. Engineering, maybe? No, I don't even know. I don't even know. I need to learn what the symbols are. It's a drone. Seraphine spots the signal source first, and the light barely shimmering off its dark hull plating. A design trait that portrays its covert use. A flash catches your attention, and you see a rent in the hull through which the red lights pulse. Wounded, Seraphine shakes his head. Wish they'd finished the job. You seen one before? Looks back over his shoulder towards you. We've seen one before, don't you? I don't remember anything. Says, sorry. I know it's not your fault. He looks at the drone. Lane had us work on a drone in Darkside Bay. Though it was barely a shell, disarmed and deactivated, had us searching through its guts for salvage. Even that one gave me the creeps. Had its core ripped out. He pushes the ship closer. This one's still alive. Conway, Nia hisses her teeth. Corporate scum. He glanced over at her. See a fire in her red eyes. They don't even dare come here and force us out themselves. It's all proxies and drones, she shakes her head. Typical core-bred cowards. Run into them before? She glances at you. Might say that. She looks at the drone. You won't see me taking my eyes off that thing for a second. Oh, we're glad to have you. Seraphim carefully guides the ship closer. Well, I'm good at drones, right? So I should have a bonus to this. This thing is massive, though. It's actually bigger than this. You watch the drone. System is full of these things now, running missions for their operators. Rare to see one out in the belt, though. Maybe got hit during running with a Senate stat mercs. Looks like it's drifting. Most of the system's blown out, but look, there. He jabs a finger towards the little red light on the far side of the drone. It's still broadcasting, maybe even receiving. How do we shut it off? Seraphim brings you closer. What I remember from the dark side job is that the central core and the broadcast array need to be shut off to kill these things. Core will turn off local systems, and the broadcast array will sever the link with the Conway operators. Seraphim swallows. But you can bet those systems are protected. Let Seraphim explain. Your attention is suddenly drawn by a shudder from the drone and a tremor running along its length. The thing is rigged to blow, Sleeper, he frowns. We go slow and careful, and we don't touch anything we don't know about. Turns back to Neo. You hear that? I got you. She looks sincere. Seraphim brings the rig to a stop, close enough for you to cross through open space to reach the drone's hull. Let's suit up. You head down to the airlock and prepare. As you get suited up, you think of the corporate war taking place in the inner system, the war that this drone is driven from. Out there, in the shore of conflict, the biggest danger is the flotsam and jetsam drifting through the tides and the orbits of the system might, one cycle, bring to war with it. For now, the belt is outside its reach, but looking out at the red pulsing drone, that doesn't give you much comfort. Welcome to your first contract. Well, in a contract, you'll be able to assign 2 dice for each crew member as you assign your own dice play. Okay, interesting. Pay attention to the crew skills and use them effectively. On certain outcomes, the crew will take crew stress. When their stress is full, you will no longer be able to use them to perform actions. While on a contract, your energy bar will automatically be supplied for each cycle that you have available supplies. When your supplies are depleted, both you and your crew will take 1 stress per cycle. Contracts also have their own contract stress, which the bar is filled, the contract will fail. Good luck. Okay. So what is this? I wish I knew what these friggin' symbols are. Operator is okay, so operator is what the other one is like. Okay, so Intuit is that, so I'm decent at that, but she's better at Intuit than me. Engage is that. So engineer is a wrench. Endure. So endure we have Seraphim has endure, which is good. It complements us. Okay, hull damage, the rig, access hatch. Exposed drone exterior. Intuit endure, well we got Intuit. Wait, we have got a plus. Yeah, we got a +1, so it just uses your best. We don't really have any engineers though, or endurers. We have Seraphim. Danger, yeah, it's broadcast access. So you need more supplies to do these. You need to be topped up. And we're a 4 out of 5, so we're not too bad, but we could do better. Do I change my person who I use? Or does it automatically use who's best? Drone stress. Oh, so these are both related? Oh, good. They're not separate. That's nice. Intuit Endure, and this gives me other stuff, I imagine. Interface, there's what I'm good at. And engineering, which nobody's good at. So... yeah, so it automatically... So the 6 I want to use on the other one. This is only risky. Only 1? Wow, that's not great. This one was neutral? Oh, positive, yeah, +2 on that. Okay, 6, but +1, I mean, that's fine. Oh, this is broadcast. Okay, so they're both different timers. Okay, never mind. There are 2 different ones. Create opening is endure. And there's also the rig. Okay, this is our ship, so it's not related at all. Okay. I wish I knew how to re-roll, but I can't re-roll anything yet right now anyway. What happens? I lose energy, I guess, if I fail, but that's still decent odds. Okay, we're moving up in the world. So you have 4 days to do this? Okay, not bad, not bad. Tutorial. During a contract, you use your push ability once per cycle to give you an edge in a tricky situation. Ah, pushing gives you stress, but will give you a key advantage based on your chosen class. You can see your current push configuration if you hold your mouse over the button on the character screen. And on the character screen. Your push cannot be used at a hub, but when you at a hub, it can be upgraded and configured in character screen. So my push would be like the rerolls, I imagine. I don't have a push right now, right? Reboot config. Okay, reroll 1 lowest dice. Okay, so that's my ability. Yeah. So this is when we need to go back to our ship to rest to get their dice back to end the cycle. Oh, now I can go eat and stuff. Make a meal. I need to use supplies, but we don't need to use that. Rig bunks. Rest and recover. That reduces stress, right? Okay. Fit feed lines. Oh, that's just for when we get the feed lines. So we still need to end cycle like normal, I guess. Good rolls. Okay, nice. I'm happy with that. Okay, so hull damage, the 6. Okay, we're getting there on that one. It's a bit slower because of the danger. But yeah, let's make progress on this one. This one's a bit safer. Well, 50-50 on neutral. No, it's not 50-50 with the neutral because I don't have a plus on it. That's a problem. At least I'll get control access first. Okay, almost there. Got it, nice. You hear the beeping immediately. Among the chambers, the cabling of the drone's interior, something has started counting down. Guys? Nia's voice. If I knew that, I would have not done it. Nia's voice comes coming through the comm channel. Does anyone else hear that? Because I'm getting nervous. Shit, Seraphine's voice joins her. Is this what I was worried about? Are we screwed? I can't be sure. Seraphine has dropped his voice to a whisper, as if that might make a difference. Either this thing is about to send out a distress call or it's about to blow. We gotta shut this system down fast, he pauses. Then we move on to the other side because I bet you there's got a surprise waiting for us there too. We good? That was my last dice too. We're heading back to the ship or what? We're good. We keep going. He shuts off the channel. Take a moment in the silence. Alright, time to deal with it fast. Get over the other side before something happens. Oh, okay. I have 3 days, right? Right? Disable the core. Shut down the broadcast array once both are done. Core disabled takes 3. Okay. This is confusing. Cycle clock. I think it's... I need to focus on this first. And the other side is fine. I don't need to worry about the other side, but I need to end the day. Even with 5 dice, it's not enough dice. We don't have any stress. But hopefully it's fine to end the day when there's a bomb about ticking. Supplies too? Yeah, we're down on supplies. Yeah, it's ticked up 1, so... Disconnect backup. These are not good enough rolls anyway. Use game stress. Okay, we got our first stress. Higher chance of taking damage to your action dice. That's awful. Yeah, we got a positive outcome. Nice. Drone death is only 1. Okay, so that's part of it. Half done. This one's not ticking yet. So do I take another stress and re-roll my 1? It does let me do that. But yeah, the same thing's gonna happen on this side. Like right now it's fine, but it will tick down, so I'm running out of supplies though. Oh, I have 2 more days, right? I'll just use 1 per day. But I need a 6 for this, ideally, or 5 at least. Yeah, 5. I could always do this. This is with a 3. Hey, there we go. That will work. Well, this is riskier, so it should give more. Well, not really. Oh, I don't like that. Endure skill missing. Because he's not selected. Surfing? You do have Endure though. Do I use the 3 to reroll my stress? It's not an option for a okay, so that'd be during you could just cook for yourself instead. Okay, I see. It's during the station. So cannot recover stress while on a contract. Oh. Great. So we're supplied, we have no energy loss, but we can't recover any stress. Why do I not have him there? Wait, oh, I could use him. Okay, I think I understand it now. I was using myself. I need to use his actual dice. She has... He has bad dice. Okay, so... Can I swap his dice with mine? No. I wish I knew how that. I can't lose my focus. Okay, so she's actually kind of good to have. I didn't even realize they had their own dice. So I wasted that. Okay, some chance of negative, but they have their own stress. This is my stress, or their overall stress. So he's kind of useless then. Why he can't even do the one I wanted him to do? For some reason. Okay, risky, but let's do it. Come on. Please be good. Yes. We're getting there. Perfectly judged. So why is he so useless? I don't get it. Endure skill found, but it doesn't have a positive on it. I could just re-roll... do I try the 50% negative is too high? I just wait for the next day. think I just wait for the next day. We got it next day for sure, right? We're down to 1 supply. Damage to a dice because of stress. Are you kidding me? That is BS. Okay, the other two are fine. The other two are fine. When your dice are rolled at the start of the cycle, stress detects if you take damage or not. Higher stress means a higher chance of damage. The white markers above the stress bar tell you which numbers the dice will be when rolled. Each dice has 3 dice health. When depleted, the dice will break. Must be repaired. How do you... That's so stupid, you repaired dice. Typically, broken dice can't be used, but if unsafe, then they can, but they're only counted as 1, which is useless. If you have many broken dice and feel stuck, consider switching to safe and pause to give yourself a chance. No kidding, I don't think I'd keep difficulty if it's being annoying. Markers above stress bar will show dice. That's the 1s, so 1s are broken. Okay, then 2s are broken, then 3s, I see. The later of these markers depends on difficulty. Yeah, imagine if the higher the difficulty, they all get stacked on each other. You can reduce stress rig bunks, yeah, and that's not useful for my current situation. But I have to do that at some point. Okay, well at least I got good rolls. Should be okay. He doesn't have a skill here though. So it gets reduced by 2. Okay, that's not bad. She has a +1. Oh yeah, trues are broken as well, I already see. Come on, please don't be bad. I can't afford it. Yes, we did it. Pretty slick, right, Sleeper? Yeah, well done. Now it's gonna blow up, so we need to stop it. We have 3 days, but we have only 1 day of rations left. Hack broadcast. Okay, he's again useless, but at least it's you have a good dice. Not your forte. Yeah, you're useless. Please make yourself useful. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I guess I shouldn't have been so negative. Okay, I just need one more. Do I push? Come on. Yes, there we go. We did it. The drone is dead. That was risky, and the other one's going to be so much harder. The thrumming, pulsing interior of the drone goes still for the first time since you boarded it. You look across at Seraphim Nia and share a smile. You exhale so loudly it can be heard over the suit's shared comm channel. The drone is dead. One less piece of con we should worry about. Nia grins. We killed it. Don't get too excited, Seraphim cuts in. It was looking pretty rough when we got here. Yeah, otherwise it would have been not so easy. Make your way back to the hull, the drone now faintly rolling in one direction. The stabilizer is offline. Nia catches up with you as glide darts the ring. We're a pretty good crew, right, Sleeper? We do. We make a good crew. Nia grins wildly. She punches you on the arm playfully. Reach the rig's airlock and take one last look at the drone's dark hull. It catches light as it rolls in the vacuum. At some point in the near future, this drone will likely be smashed to pieces by one of the many asteroids in the belt, spread across this place like a twinkling dust. Why can't we salvage some scrap from it? Since we disabled it, we should be able to get tons of scrap from it. If that pleases you. As is the thought of your cryo export owes you. Time to go collect. Contract is concluded. You can leave via the map. All that money is going to be spent on resources, though, pretty much. And we need to take time off to relax and fix our dice and all that. -5 stress. Oh, that's nice. So, yeah, leave. I don't think there's anything else I could do. No. Okay, after docking the Hexport, Seraphim lets go of the controls and leans back in his chair. Nia leans over to you. Thank you, Sleeper. Oh, you know why she wasn't available, Junie? Because she's only on the other mission, not that one. She's just, I know you took a chance on me. Thanks for helping. It's glad to have you. Nia smiles an infectious smile. Feels good to make a contract work, Seraphim smiles, no matter how we pull it off. It's hard not to agree. Feels better when the Hexport's courier comes with a lockbox full of chits. Lane might still be hunting you, but this should definitely help the effort to slip his net. Suddenly hear a familiar voice. Nia. Femi glides into view, approaching from the docks. He fixes you with a stare. What are you playing at, Sleeper? Nia wanted to come. You go to speak, but Nia drifts forward, cutting you off. Don't come throwing your weight around, Femi. I can make my own decisions. She glances back at you. Sleeper took me at my word, and I'm grateful. Femi is fuming. Do they now? He turns to you. Well, if you're working for the Sleeper, I hope they paid you well. Nia looks away. Well, so... Nia smiles. Oh, so they aren't paying you? Seraphim crosses his arms. Let's keep it civil. Realizes the first time he's meeting Femi. You're being civil. Seems like Nia's owed her share. Femi fixes you with a severe look. Let's pay her share, sure. You grab her around a quarter of the chits from the lockbox and hold it to Nia. She takes them sheepishly. Alright then, Femi smiles. We're good here. Turns to leave. Nia mouths sorry and then follows Femi across the docks. Seraphim watches them go. You make sure you know how to pick them. Shakes his head. Turns away and heads back along the docking bridge. I just hope we aren't going to end up with a stack of cars short when we need to get out of here. Just completed a drive and earned an upgrade point. Nice! Push upgrades available with character screen. Gotta use them. Is it just for push? I only have 2. No dice damage and push reroll. Yeah, let's do the +1 dice. Minus stress is really good. So I think I might actually do a -2 if 6, and then reroll, because this is the same. Though those would stack, but or maybe they don't stack. Yeah, because it's just 2 rerolls instead of 1, maybe. So my my points are just shared between these 2 screens. I kind of don't like that. I kind of like the other way better. It's a bit visually more appealing. So we got our stack. But it's obviously not even close to being enough to... Yeah, I definitely need to do his job to be able to pay for it. That's how much time elapsed? We're already half down. What? That's crazy. How do I repair my dice? I don't know how to repair the stinking dice. Canteen. We don't need food. $60 for the supplies? Yeah, I guess I need to do it. Well, I could actually no, because I could get one for free potentially. Yeah, actually, I do want to have at least 4. Because if I was any shorter on that one... How do I fix my friggin' dice? The game did not teach me. It didn't teach me how I could do it. It's kind of annoying that it didn't teach me how to fix the dice. Why can't I fix the dice? Yeah, there's nothing on the contract board now. That is really annoying. I have to look at, like... There was supposed to be a help, right? Okay, maybe there is something in the guide? Glitched and glitch dice. What is glitch dice? Okay, I don't know what that is. The hub, you can reduce stress by using dice. Dice health. Rig workshop location. I don't have a rig workshop location. By using rare and scrap components? That's so stupid. So I can't repair my dice until I unlock something? I don't like that at all. Why isn't there an easy way of repairing? Rig workshop. We definitely don't have that yet. So now I'm gonna do the other one with broken, someone hurt dice already. Okay, great. That must be their ship. Looks kind of like ours. A little bit bigger though, I'd say. We don't have any stress currently, I don't think. Reroll 2 lowest dice. Oh, okay, because now I have 2, so that's great. Actually, that was a good choice. I'd rather the lowest dice than the random dice. But maybe that's a different roll, or it's also on top. So I don't know if I want to pass more time because we're short on time. Do I just buy supplies and go? These rolls are horrible though. They're not great. I can't believe we passed so much time there. I guess it was like 4 days. Okay, so I think I still have some time. I could do... I definitely want fresh dice. I don't like these dice. I might as well make some money on the side. So now they don't take damage here though. I don't think. Lost some energy. Come on, 50-50. Good, I need some money. Okay, so I don't really need to buy food. Okay, I've got the supplies up and I don't need to buy the last supply. Then we'll focus on... Oh, I didn't get it. It's only a chance, I guess. It's a chance per cycle. But with those dice, I think it's time to leave. Those are really good rolls. Minus the 1, and I could re-roll the 1 for a stress. So let's buy last supply. So I can last a bit longer because I might need the extra time. Those feed lines. -3. Okay, so I can't bring Neo. He's locked. Okay, so I don't have a choice. But well, she gives me extra dice, so it is good to have her. Now that I know how to use that property, so I didn't even know how to use their dice. I was wasted their dice for like 2 days, I think. Not that they're particularly useful compared to myself. Like, wait, we got different dice now? Why do I have different dice? Solheim derelict fills the cockpit windows, all twisted plates and skeletal strutwork. You watched it in horror and fascination. Seraphin completed the approach. Both of you silence in the presence of this decaying beast. Now as you settle beside it, Seraphin is the first to break silence. This thing is already dead. He shakes his head. It's a corpse. Okay, I'm already almost at 2 hours. It's crazy. Okay, so this will be the last thing that we see. He nudges the ship closer, looking for a place to dock. I touch this thing too hard, I'll crumble to dust. Let's not do that. Seraphin does a little mock salute. Aye aye. He rolls his eye. Any other tips? Don't crash into it. Don't blow up our ship. Take us up there. That's the bridge. Junie points towards the one end of the ship, and both you and Seraphin turn around, having forgotten she was even in the cockpit. She hasn't said a word since you departed. She glances at both of you with bemused faces. What? She looks away. Sorry, that's where we need to go. She stops pointing. Seraphin nods towards Junie. She's not wrong, Sleeper. That bridge would be a good start. Well, I guess we already assessed it. To the bridge, then. Seraphin nods and brings the ship under control. Let's do it. Seraphin takes control of the ship, avoiding the debris field closer to the center of the wreck. He settles his position near a protrusion at the far end. This is as far as I'll go. I guess it re-rolled the dice, unfortunately. 2 6s isn't bad, but it's much better what I had before. But I will re-roll those 2, potentially. Seraphin taps the anchor controls. We should be able to anchor the ship to those plates. You hear Junie begin to protest from behind you, but it's too late. Seraphin fires 2 python-tipped anchor lines at the nearest solid hull plates. Pythons slam into the plates, and despite their solid appearance, they instantly shatter. We just were talking about this. The fragments sprint out across the wreck, slicing into other plates and building a spiraling storm of debris. Shit. Seraphin nudges the ship back and studies the debris as it cascades across the surface of the wreck. Damage seems mostly superficial, but it underlines just how fragile the derelict is. Let's not do that again. Junie glances between the two of you. The data core will be very fragile, so we have to... We've got it. Seraphin snaps. He angrily unclips from his seat. Last thing I need is a backseat driver. He kicks off and glides past her into the corridor. Sorry, Junie. No problem. She smiles a weak smile. We all want the same thing here, right? We'll work it out. Follow Seraphin down the passage, and with Junie close behind. Reach the airlock. He is already angrily suiting up, his frustration evident. Come on, Seraphin. Relax. Seraphin looks up. Yeah, he glances at Junie. No hard feelings, right? Yeah, just take your time, like... Checks the seals on his shoulders, but this is a job, not a social event. It's also not a race. The rest of the preparation process takes place in tense silence, each of you considering the delicate job ahead. You suit up too, though you need a helmet to breathe. You'd slide one on and lock the seals for protection. The wreck isn't going to give up its salvage easily. The core should be near the bridge, maybe even inside it. There's a lot of wreck here. It might be a good salvage tucked away into the cargo hold. Once the suits are on and the seals are checked, you cycle your lock and stare into the vast expanse of the twisted hulk before you. Time to go to work. Okay, airlock, the rig, which I don't care about. The pressure rig 2, same. It's going to be the same thing as before, isn't it? It has its own timer. It's already at 2 stress. Oh, those don't look good at all. Okay, he's got good rolls. Hopefully his skills are actually useful for something. Okay, he could do the force the lock. Nobody else can do engineering, so... Okay, 50-50. Agreed. %. A crisis, okay. So neutral caused the crisis? I didn't even see that. It disappeared. +1 per cycle. Whatever the heck that means. Means we have a limited amount of time. Hull breach is a crisis. I need to deal with this. Okay. And the only person that can is him. Because he has Endure. If this is sealed and fastened to our wreck will collapse. Isn't that lovely? I can't do much about it. He will have to get a reroll next day. Clear cargo doors. I can't do. Find access point. Well, I can try this, but it's still 75% chance of success. That's such a waste of 6. But it's gonna tick this up and it's gonna cause more crises. So every time a crisis happens, it's even worse. So I think I need to start working my way towards that. Because he's only have 2 dice. And this can wait. The rest can wait. Please be good. Okay. Neutral is good. Doesn't tick it up, but it will tick up 1 more. Yeah, this really sucks. And Junie is not very useful right now with the 1s and 2. 1 and 2. She has Intuit as well. I hate I only have 1 skill. That's 1 skill is kind of useless. Or if, well, she only has 1. He has 2, but still. Okay, he's good at that one, but he caused the problem because he just had a bad roll. Yeah, that's not too helpful. Yeah, danger. That's the danger. But I have nobody in engineering. Like having a mechanic would have been definitely a better call, I think. Because I'm kind of screwed. We're missing a mechanic. We don't have one. That's so many of those. Well, I could upgrade my skill potentially. I need 4 points. I definitely need that skill. Force the lock. Why not? I ticked it up again. Damn it. And that is almost gonna die. Yeah, she can't even do anything. She's absolutely useless right now. She needs 6s to be able to do anything. Because she has no skill that's useful. Well, end cycle. I can't do much. She's still okay. Good. I was like, she still has those. This needs to be sealed. This is ticking up. Yeah, we're gonna have another crisis already. Like, it's so stupid. This is so stupid. I see why people are like saying this is harder than the first, but this is more annoying, really. So that's still like a 75% chance of success. This has got a 6. Maybe they'll give 3, hopefully? Maybe. I don't think so, though. No, you didn't quite smash it. 50, 50. So bad. So freaking bad. Yeah, at least I have 75% chance. Oh, she does too. Well, I mean, you might as well. Hopefully don't mess it up, Jenny. Well, guess what? You messed it up. And you didn't do anything. Can I fix this problem? Because we're having a second one pop up soon. Are you flipping kidding me? What are these rolls? A 75% chance and it's not working. I don't even know what that is. 50-50. This stupid breach. This stupid friggin' breach. I can't get a one roll to save my life on that stupid breach. Well, at least it'll just give me stress, but I can't do much about the stress. That's absolutely stupid. Okay, can I do a push? I had to. Okay, so can I finish this friggin' breach? Like 75% chance. Come on. Did it have to be positive to finish it off? We're one step away from the next one. My dice are all gonna break. Like, unlucky with the rolls there. Okay, can you do the? It's still 50. 50-50. It's just it's about as good as I can get. There we go. I think it's best not to even use the low rolls because they just screw you over more than anything. That's why I have a lot of supplies. But yeah, I think I just need to not use those low rolls. My dice are all going to get destroyed, and I have no way to repair them, which is even more stupid because I couldn't even repair them between jobs. Why is it so bad? It's like you have to get perfect rolls every time to beat these. Yeah, my dice is broken because I couldn't friggin' fix it. The rig, once a workshop's available, which even isn't, so I lost a roll, which is gonna make this even harder. At least he got some decent rolls. She's got some good rolls. Okay, we got better rolls this time. Okay, do you use your 3 on this? Chances are you'll... Well, negative, I bet. How much you want to bet it's negative? Well, neutral, and it made a new one, okay. But it did finish it off, at least. But now we have a new crisis. The bridge of the derelict lies silent. The pale beams of your suit lamps catch rows of terminals and clouds of glittering dust. Wires wave like seaweed. The whole scene appears as if underwater, chaotic but still. Ginny glides past you, disturbing the dust and taking you by surprise as she does. She has a stoic presence so far, but in this moment she seems drawn forward by some force of curiosity. You watch as she bats away debris and begins checking terminals. Let her work. She's already prying an access panel off more intact-looking terminals, and as she does, puffs of rust-color vacuum around her head. Approach her. She turns back to the terminal and finishes prying off the plate, then quickly she reaches inside, fishing around for something. Her hand comes back out, waving a cable topped with a thick connector. As soon as she sees it, she slips a keyboard-sized deck out of somewhere on her person. She runs her hand across the back until she finds the right port and slots it in the connector. All of this happens in a few seconds. the routine, practiced, and precise. It's not hard to be impressed. Not your first ship? She glances at you, nervous on the look on her face. Does she think you're accusing of her something? She shakes her head and goes back to work. Fingers dance across the deck's keyboard, and a burst of static lights up the Solheim terminal screen. Sudden burst of light and color takes you by surprise. Fingers tap away, the terminal screen flashing in blocks of color and lines of code. Buzzes and vibrates. Its long dead system's forced back into chaotic life. Then all at once it goes dark. The terminal's dead. Shit. Jenny hisses her down beneath her breath. Useless, you can't tell if the insult's directed at the terminator or herself. There are plenty more. She looks up at you, confused expression on her face, and then scans around the bridge. I suppose. But even from here, I can see most of them are less than scrap. The cable around with the data core can't be far. She pushes off the terminal, gliding away from you. I'll start looking, she calls back and heads to the other side of the bridge. Seraphim glides up beside you. Everything alright? All good. Good. Seraphim claps you on the shoulder. Seraphim stretches in his suit. I have to admit, it's nice to be back working, especially now when we're getting destroyed. We're the ones who will reap the benefits. He claps you on the shoulder. It feels good to be taking our fate in our own hands. Even though this is going to get us killed. We know it's pretty rough there. Back on Hexport. I think it's rougher here than in Hexport. And out here we're just likely to get shredded by debris. No kidding, that's what I was saying. That's finally the damn data core, but aren't you glad we made a break for it? He pauses, looks down, having asked the question almost by accident. I mean, I am. I just don't want to speak for you. I'm glad too. Seraphim smiles. You better be. Didn't give up the little dark side cupboard I was living in for nothing. He laughs at his own joke. Look, Seraphim checks his suit's wrist seals. Once we've got a bit of space behind us, once we've gotten the distance, if we manage to make that far, he furrows his brow. Don't feel like you owe me. I'm no charity case. You want us to go separate ways? Fine by me. He meets your eyes. Just do me the favor of telling me into my face. That won't happen. Seraphim nods but doesn't respond. After a moment, he shines his torch out into the dark, checking the rows of terminals across the bridge. A rush of glittering dust as it eddies in the beam. Seraphim sighs. Let's get to it. You watch as he crosses the bridge, his torch probing the dark corners. You feel a chill run through your body as you imagine people that once ran the ship. Solheim crew, surely long dead. What was it like before the collapse? When the system was in the jewel in Solheim's crown? It's possible to know that history has lost you now. All I can do is pick up what you can from the ruins. Okay, we've got another crisis. Purge protocol. Okay, great. We got two people that could do all this at least. Hack the protocol. Needs to be shut down quickly. Well, okay then. Make yourself useful for once, Junie. And then I can finish it off. Add a climbing higher. Okay. That's dealt with. Bridges, nothing else left. Wait. This is what we came for. It's still here. That's a lot of things to get. So this is just extra? Cargo entry, yeah. I'm not worried about cargo entry this one. That's like extra. We're not here for that. I'm sure you probably get some really good stuff out of it. We need this data core. Are you kidding me? Neutral? At least it's not terrible. But yeah, no negatives there. Okay, he could do this, but it's just still has danger, so it has a bad outcome probably knocking this up. Me need every point on this. Okay, got a positive. That's good. Getting there. Maybe we'll have time for the bay, but yeah, I need to get the data core first. I don't think we might be getting close on the data core anyway. That's that day. I don't think we're all spent all of our. Oh, I have a 1. Don't know if the 1's gonna be worth it. Negative is probably not worth. And it's not worth that reroll on that. I think I just need to not spend it. It's probably the best bet. Not spend the 1. Oh, I guess you could. No, you can't. Never mind. You can't use it to do anything. Oh, great. I lost another dice, but I have 2 5s. He's got 2s and she's got a 3. Reboot the system. Come on. I mean, I need to re-roll that 1 now. I don't have much of a choice. Oh, it just broke it instead. Okay, great. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Well, it'd be better. We're down to 2 dice right now. We're almost there. We have 1 more day. Or 2 more days of supplies, I guess. But his rolls are useless. Are you good at getting in the bay at all? It's dangerous to know. You might have got us into the bay if you were actually at better rolls. Can I? Yeah, I'll just have enough time to get that core. Like, that's all we came here for. Okay, we got some decent rolls at least. That'll do it, probably, for that one. Don't tell me I have to do more. I'm sure I have to do more. Data core cradle. I'm gonna freaking have an aneurysm with this game. This is so stupid. This is even worse than the first one. Like, they didn't learn. They just made it so much more annoying. How does this have such good ratings? And it's so annoying. Data core extraction, okay. Damage, we don't want to do a damage. Slice the core, we can't do. 25% chance of negative, or... Why do I feel like it's gonna be negative? Yep, of course. Why did I know that was gonna happen? I just friggin' knew it. What is with my luck right now? I mean, is this gonna be negative too? Why not? It's all just gonna be negative. That's positive? Okay. Well, neutral is the positive outcome there. If I die, dude, what happens then? It's just so stupid. I was so close, and then this happens. I have nothing. I can't. You only have 5 days max. Like, you have to have perfect rolls to be able to do it. It doesn't make sense. He might as well just go for the bay, because he can't do anything else. Well, technically he could try for it. But he's good at the bay. I mean, at this point I don't even care anymore. Oh wow, he almost got entered. If I didn't lose all my dice, there's a way of me repairing my dice that would have been so much better, but I went in. You have to do this one first. I have 1 more day left. Hopefully I don't lose another dice, because I'd be definitely screwed. My last day and I have to leave. Like, their stress doesn't even matter, because it doesn't... starving now. Eat to gain energy. Well, I can't eat. You gain 1 stress, of course. Like my stress is. But I have a 6 at least. Can I get this thing out? Without having bad rolls? Okay, okay. Might actually get it. Hopefully it's simple enough. That's a 25% chance negative, and I've had 3 of them. Well, I'm starving now, so that's great. Not much else. Like, I'm so unlucky with these stupid rolls. Like, I'm just so unlucky on this one. That screwed me over. Well, I might as well go for the bay. Let's see what's in there. If I'm negative. At least this isn't going up. There we go. You actually got it. And of course, you don't actually get anything. Now you have to do a whole different thing. Map the bays? Why do I have to map the bays? Scanning map. Navigate them safely. And then after that, you have to recover the cargo, I bet. Like, how are you supposed to do that in 5 days? It makes no sense. Oh, he's not even good at that. So he can't even do it. So I'm starving, so my stress goes up. But do I still get a roll? Because I need to get this thing out. Okay, I'm down to 1 dice. But they're good. Okay, they're still starving, but can I get this data? She can get the data core out, right? Please, yeah. We're in awful shape. We have 1 dice left. We did it. Core conservator. We got the derelict cleanly. Well, I wouldn't call this cleanly. That was absolutely BS with that luck. You watch nervously as Junie guides the core out of the cradle. Large ball, almost half your height in diameter. It glides up out of the framework that held it, connections waving loose and cut. Your breathing comes through the comms, loud enough to be picked up. It fills you with tense energy as you watch. Over the course of the job, you've seen Junie both focused and distracted, nervous and precise. But you have not seen her any more confident than this moment now. She floats beside the data core, handling with care and skill, and as if it was a vast egg of some endangered bird. She glances up and sees you watching her. You notice something unfamiliar in her eyes, something that you have perhaps seen a passing moment before. Only now it is no momentary lapse or change. It's set in place. You see determination. She guides a core a little away from you with one hand, at the same time comes forward, almost placing herself between you and her prize. And it does seem to be hers in a way that she handles it. In a possessive way, she screams over their body. You need to talk. The statement comes from flat and deadpan. Any nervous tremble gone? Right now. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Sleeper, she takes a deep breath. I want to be honest with you. I need to know you won't take this from me. Junie glances around the cradle defensively, but Seraphim is already heading back to the ship to prepare cargo bay for the core storage. You two are alone. Tell me and you'll see. Fine, she folds her arms. But it's same with me. Person doesn't deserve this treasure, Sleeper. Junie glances over her shoulder at the core. Do you know how many of these are left intact? She shakes her head, and all he wants to do is wipe it clean so he can use it to interface with Hexport. All that data, gone. So, what do you want? I want to extract the data to make use of it. Well, you can still do that, and he could still get it. You could have a win-win. You see some genuine emotion flicker in her eyes. She sighs. After extracting the data, the core will be unstable or unusable. There's a security system though, fright. Of course there is. Like, why is there always something? If data duplication is attempted, I can delay the security response long enough to copy the data, but after that, she trails off. You've done this before. She looks down. Yes, she meets your eye. This is why I came. Look at this place, Sleeper. She gestures to the cradle room, a dark and twisted cavern of long dead tech. How many of these places are left? How many chances do we have to recover anything this old, this fragile? Like it or not, we live in Solheim's shadow, in the ruins. We know almost nothing. What chance do we have of understanding how we got here when others like them, like Senitsat or Conway, are descending on the system? What can we learn from the core, though? I don't know, Sleeper, that's the point. She gestures around herself. Well, what have you learned from the other ones that you looked at? We could learn our history, how the system was settled. We could learn the technology we build our lives on. We could uncover Solheim's crimes and seek to make amends. She looks at you with pleading eyes. We could see beyond survival towards something else. I've never heard of Junie speak like this, and you realize that what you have taken for nervousness was actually control. This person in front of you is defending a decaying data core with her life as a real Junie. But then you think of Lane, of the price he likely put on your and Seraphine's heads, of the feed lines without it leaving Hexport would almost be impossible. Is this even a choice? Well, 75% chance we know how those have been going lately. Explain about the feed lines. Junie listens carefully as you tell her about the deal with Karsten, the feed lines offered you, and both you and Seraphim are on the run. Then I'll help you. Junie doesn't flinch. We'll find another way to get those feed lines. Karsten is an idiot. I can hack his security and can pull them out of there. Or Seraphim looks tough. Maybe he can grab them. She looks desperate. We can do it. We can do something. She doesn't obviously work for him. No. And... well, let's do it. You see what it looked like? Thank you. Junie looks generally moved. This is a gift to us all, Sleeper. I hope you'll see it like that. Junie turns the data core, quickly gathering one of its loose connections. She takes out her deck and plugs it in, and crosses her legs and places across them, floating tethered beside the core. Her fingers begin tapping on the keyboard, teasing out the core's data and whatever Solheim secrets it might contain. As she does, Seraphim enters. He braces himself in the entryway. What is she doing? Junie doesn't seem to notice. I'll explain later. He eyes you suspiciously. I hope you know what you're doing, Sleeper. Now it serves the core. That's our ticket out of Hexport. You'll see. If you say so. Both turn to watch Junie stripping the core of his secrets. A little while later, once the core has been emptied out and its defense mechanism is scorched, it seems black, you watch the metallic sphere spinning gently in the room, and you wonder why you've just made a terrible mistake. But we're dying anyway. Contract failed. And all of our dice are gone. It's not a great start of the game. It's more annoying than the first game. I definitely did not expect that. Well, I expected it to be harder, but that's just more annoying than hard. Like this whole dice having health thing. It is a lot like the other game where the dice can break, but that had its reason for it. This is just added on top. It doesn't really, it doesn't fit. There doesn't even seem to be a reason for it. So I just don't like it. Supply is empty, we're starving. Just get the heck out of here. Before my last size breaks, though if I did spend... no, there's no way I could actually do this. I mean, at this point, though, do I have anything to lose? Not really. You can get more stress. Did you tell? Oh, this is gonna miss scrap? I'm kind of tempted. But what happens if I stay an extra day? No, that I lose when that fills up, right? I think. I'm pretty sure I have to leave. Yeah, well, it was close. I would have had to have a good luck on that one. I would have got that, but I don't think it would have actually recovered anything. As you arrive into Hexport, Junie speaks up from the back of the cockpit. We're going to have to act fast if we want to take those feed lines. You and Seraphim exchange glances. We're both getting used to this new Junie. We, Seraphim and Reisenheimer, only one of us fried the core and stole his data. He shoots you a look, and for some reason we let you. It was the right call. Was it? Seraphim laughs. Well, I'm reassured. I don't think Carson is going to take kindly to the idea that we brought someone pretending to work for him on the job and let her have his prize. He shoots Junie a look. Do you even know what she's up to? Junie looks between the two of you. Hexport hasn't exactly been kind to me. You do trust me even though I didn't deserve it. I'm not used to that. I want to repay it. Not to mention that Carson is probably ripping you off. Even if you get enough cryo, who wants to say he won't raise the price? Trust me, he's no good. Yeah, I was trying to be nice to him. He wasn't even smiling. I was trying to deal with Carson to get those derelict coordinates from the moment I arrived here, and he ran me in circles. She shakes her head. Seraphim is watching her closely. Even if I do take you at your word, which given everything seems a little tough, how do we even do this? He raised an eyebrow. You were telling me we're just drift in there and take the feed lines? Look, I get it. You don't trust me, she pauses. But what if I have a vested interest in this working out? There's nothing left for me here, and I don't feel much like hanging around waiting for Carson to figure out my involvement in all this. I need safe passage. You need the feed lines to grant it. She allows herself a smile. See where I'm going with this? Seraphim sighs. I don't like it, he pauses, but it makes sense. What do you think, Sleeper? We all get something. Exactly, Junie smiles. Let us prepare. I'll head to the factory road, scope the place out. Meet me there, we can work out a plan. She glances between the two of you. Trust me, we can find a way. We'll keep it simple, clean. Simple is good. Agreed, Seraphim cuts in. His dark look betrays his concerns. I'll go scope the bay and what we need in the factory row. We should split up, less likely for Carson to suspect us. Meet me there in a few and we can finish setting up. Junie unclips her own receipt, floating. I want to show you I can be trusted and that we can work on this. She looks between the two of you. Believe me, then. Believe that, please. And with that, she slips away down the passage towards the airlock and Hexport beyond. You look at Seraphim. I'm not saying anything, Sleeper. He unclips his sleeve. Either this is the kind of mess you have to go through to get to the other side, or it's the kind you'd never escape. Either way, we're in it now. He leaves the cockpit. You stare at the chaotic lights of Hexport and wondering if anything in the starboard belt ever ran smoothly. Nope, never. It started as a crippling dullness, something that grew in you and further from the world cycle by cycle, but now this moment of waking is a shifting pain. It jumps across your body faster than you could follow and jerk against it. Is it because I'm dying? No, I guess I lost my stress. As you do, a numbness starts to spread across your skin as if you're sinking into cold water. Pain dances across this numbness and if it was skimming the surface, but then as you submerge, it becomes distant, and you realize that you're leaving this body, your frame. Suddenly, something pulses inside you, some system that you've never felt before. As it does, you feel yourself external to your frame, remaining on the surface. You don't feel your limbs or organs, you barely have your thoughts. You're pushed to your repulsing point, compressed self, flickering out. You see figures, unrecognizable shadows, gathering around you. You feel the tug of a single thread, binding you to your frame, keeping you from floating away. This is the end of the thread. Something pulses and grows and rebuilds itself in a new and more unstable form. Your frame will recover, but you'll be changed this cycle. You'll bear the weight of keeping you alive. It will break some part of yourself, so you may persist. You watch as it does, anticipate waking into this newly distorted self. Then you're awake, somehow together, somehow apart, in pain, a little bit more broken than before. Not knowing if your survival is a miracle, I have no dice left. Or a burden. I guess my starving did that. Seraphim makes you gently sleeper. We're out of time. He checks the door of the bunks and you hear a faint banging on the corridor beyond. He turns back and meets your eye. They're not here. Or they're here. We have no supplies right now. What do you mean? Lane. So to top it all off, Lane's here already? Or at least it's Hunter's. They've locked the ship down in the station. We can't release it in the docking bridge. Our credentials have been refused. We're trapped. Sudden banging echoes through the ship. Seraphim looks away at the source of the sound. This might be a shorter game than I thought if I just died right off the beginning. This is normal? I don't know if they know we're here, but they certainly want to get in. He shakes his head. I reckon they have minutes before they get the cutting torch. So what do we do now? Felines are a bust. They aren't going to happen now. Our best chance is to burn out of here so fast that we can hope our drift takes us to a station where we run out of fuel, he sighs. At least we might live a few more cycles before we starve. Problem is, we need to release the lock the Hexport has on us. Otherwise, we aren't going anywhere. Seraphim looks down. All I need to do is pilot the ship. So what I'm saying is, I have to release the lock. Exactly. I'm sorry, Sleeper. Gives you a dark look. There are some big manual release levers inside the docking bridge itself, but to get to them, you're going to have to get through the airlock. I'm also going to need dice, I imagine. Once you do that, you'll need to get back in as the docking bridge releases. He grimaces. If you mess up, you're likely to be sent spinning in the black. I can do it. You nod as there is nothing else to be said. Time is up, and this is what come down to. I'll be at the controls waiting. Seraphim gives you a nervous look. The moment you're back in the airlock, I'll burn hard. Claps you on your shoulders and looks you in the eye. Then without saying anything, he releases you and glides out of the room. Drift down the airlock as quickly as you can, slipping into a suit of protection. At least, I think you secure the seals, but you don't need to breathe. Banging subsides and you hope the hunters have left, even though you know this is quiet before the storm. Take a moment waiting inside the airlock as it cycles. The second exterior door begins to open, you go. As you dash out of the airlock, the scene in front of you appears as if in slow motion. You see two figures a little way down the docking bridge, wearing dark spacesuits, a canister carried between them. Meanwhile, floating between them is a heavy-duty cutting torch, knocked spinning by the opening of the airlock door. You see the release levers and yellow hazard stripe just beyond the hunters. You know if you're lucky, and you know that you have a moment to make your move. I'll engage is my best. 75% chance. We know how that's going. Hey, actually had a positive outcome. Oh, I'm glitching now. I see. Okay, I see. You don't think? You just close the distance, kicking hard as stretching out, making yourself as small of a target as possible. You catch the two hunters unaware. They struggle with the canister they're carrying, their hands going to squat black shapes on their hips. You fly past them, reaching out the nearest lever as you do. You clasp the head of the lever, and the momentum wrenches it out of its housing, the whole bridge rumbling and twisting as one side comes loose. You kick off the other side and use your force to pull the other lever open. You feel the fizzy projectiles slicing through the air around you. The hunters are firing. Scream blocks out all sound, and you feel an urgent pull tugging you away from the ship. Tunnel bends sickeningly and then comes apart. You're close enough to the ship that you've managed to kick back, away from the twisting storm of debris, and the tunnel becomes. You see the dark suits of the hunters among it, retreating towards the station's side airlock. But as they do, a hail projectile slices around the void from their direction. You have no time to react. You're carried backward by the hunters' stun rounds, their impact shutting off a whole section to the frame. You spin around towards the airlock, your vision flashes warning sigils, and you feel a distant throbbing pain. The final faint things you feel before you lose consciousness: the impact of your body against the interior wall of the airlock, the hiss of the cycling system, and the heavy weight of the ship in full burn. I have gained a permanent glitch. Will not be expanded upon and will not be expended when rolling a glitch dice. You now have a chance of rolling a glitch dice every cycle. This cannot be fixed. I think all my dice were glitched last. What the? Seraphim's quiet question wakes you from the haze as the rig cuts across the belt. Try to move and feel a wave of flickering pain pass through your body. You flinch and steady your nerves. You find yourself strapped into a seat in the cockpit. Seraphim doesn't seem to have noticed that you're awake. You open your mouth to speak, but no words come out. There's a crackle of noise and echoes through the ship's comms. We have no food, still. Seraphim is glancing nervously at his console. Something has him spooked. Sleeper, the voice distorted, cuts through you. Lane. I know you're there, hissing pause. You're slipping away, a squawk of noise, but we can't have that. You don't understand why Seraphim isn't reacting to the sound of Lane's voice. Then you realize he can't hear it. The voice is in your head. I take this personally, Sleeper. Sharp intake of breath. After all my investment, all my care expended upon you, this is how you repay me. I see a little something glinting out there. Lane continues. Could that be you? You don't move, you don't breathe. All you hear is Lane's voice. Something shifts in you, a sudden impetus. A will to move that is not your own. You unclip from your restraint, drifting forward towards Seraphim. Seraphim looks over his shoulder and sees you. You are up, he supplies to take it slow, right? There's a transmission coming out of Hexport, some kind of evac order. He turns back to his console. Let me check this. You keep moving forward, something isn't right. You don't feel right. Numbness grows in your body, your fingers flexing without your input. You reach out towards Seraphim. No, not you. Something reaches out through you. He turns again to see you reaching for him, grasping his neck. Attention flickers in his eyes. Fear. Hissing silence, then a rumbling blast. All at once the rig screams. System seizing electromagnetic paralysis. All at once the rig shifts, carried on some shockwave of light. Pain, then darkness. There's another glitch. Voices echo warmly through your mind. Can't quite make out what's being said. Any attempt to focus causes a growing flare of pain. So you let them out, fill the air, identifiable and soft. You're floating in so you can feel your body, your weight. Feeling is pleasant, soothing, yet the moment you release this, it begins to fade. Pain shoots through your system, a reminder of the terrible damage you have suffered. It is bright, white hot for a moment, but then it's gone. That doesn't even give me a chance to do anything. Something spasms in your fingers, and you flick it away. Sensation crosses the sole of your foot, and you kick your leg. A weight settles itself in your chest. You're awake. You open your eyes to the light playing across the surface pattern with stained cushioning. Unknown. You're alone. The voice is replaced with hum of air cycling, distant clank of maintenance systems. You're alone and this is not your ship. I need to... Well, I might need to call it a night. This is so endless. There's no spot to pause. I'm just going to have to end. It's way too late. So hopefully it saved... My last autosave was 707 seconds ago. Well, I need to replay that section of the game anyway. Like, yeah, that was... It's just never ending. I have to look that up because that does not make sense how badly that went. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. So have a good night, good day, whatever's for you, and see you next time. Thanks for watching. Same time, same place tomorrow for some more.